on the sidewalk lead to where I can't stop. Go there every night.
Hi, I am Sang, and today I'm very excited to teach you about the intonation. Have you ever wondered what is intonation and how it's important? But before the lesson, let's watch video together.
It's like I'm 17, nobody understands. No one understands.
New face. Live here. Live here. As you can see from the previous video, they misunderstood each other because of mispronunciation of intonation. The pronunciation of the question live here is wrong, leading to the hearing of live here, which means live up here instead. So, what is intonation exactly? Let's find out together.
What is intonation? I really have a problem with it.
Did someone say about the intonation? Intonation in English pronunciation is like the secret melody of your voice. It is the rise and fall that can turn a simple sentence into a statement, an exclamation, or even change the whole meaning, just like a musical note transforms a song. Already stop! Okay, come back. That's why we can visualize intonation by praising sentences on a musical stage, like this.
Wow!
From this idea, we can make a simplified system which divides tones into three types: normal, high, and low, with the number 2, 3, and 1 respectively. From now, if you're starting to feel a bit overwhelmed, don't worry. Actually, there are only 2 basic patterns. Once you understand these, you can apply them to almost any sentences, making intonation much simpler than it seems. Alright, let's begin with the first pattern, which is the rising, falling, or the 2, 3, 1 intonation pattern. It begins at pitch level 2, rises to 3, and then falls to 1. This pattern is used with a statement, a command, an exclamation, and a British question. Let's look at some examples with Nia to help you get a deeper understanding.
Alright, let's see the interesting examples together. Firstly, statements. I'm going to work this morning. Secondly, commands. Give me your money. Thirdly, the WH question for requesting information. When is the mall open? And lastly, exclamation. That's a lovely gift.
And the next intonation pattern is the rising intonation, or the 2-3 intonation pattern. It's used when asking yes-no questions, or questions that start with an auxiliary verb, a modal verb, and verb to be. This type of intonation is also used when calling someone's name or addressing someone directly. Oh, hi, Mr. Parker.
Hi.
Now, let's see some examples of the rising or 2-3 intonation patterns together. Can I help you? Repeat after me. Can I help you? Did you get weight? Repeat after me. Did you get weight? Good job, everyone!
Wow, thank you, Nia. What's interesting about the rising intonation is that it often shows emotion like surprise, disbelief, or even anger. It makes the speakers sound like they can't quite believe what they are hearing and are seeking confirmation.
Let's see some examples from our video together. I saw your boyfriend at the club last night.
Where did you see him?
At the club, he was with Diana.
What? Diana?
Alright, after exploring the basics of intonation patterns previously, now I think it's time to explore more something advanced with non-final intonation patterns. Right now you might be wondering what are they and how are they different from the basic ones, but no worries, we will explore this together. Let's go! The non-final intonation pattern happens when a sentence is divided into two or more thought groups, and each thought group has its own separate intonation patterns. Now let's get started with the first one, the 2-3-1 intonation pattern. This is often used in a sentence divided by a punctuation like colon or semicolon, as is shown in this example.
I tell you the truth. It can be done. I tell you the truth. It can be done.
According to the example, you will notice that each part has its own pattern. In the 2-3-1 pattern, the first thought group contains a 2-3-1 pattern as well as in the second thought group. Moreover, this pattern is also used before the text questions like this.
That's not what you want, was it? That's not what you want, was it?
The next type is a 2-3-2 pattern. It is used when the thought group within a sentence, when the speaker wishes to suggest that what follows is connected with what he just said. The last thought group is spoken depending on what sentence type it is. Number 1. If the whole sentence is a statement, the 2-3-1 pattern is used for the final thought group.
For example, when the teacher reads your name, you should answer. When the teacher reads your name, you should answer.
But if the sentence is a yes-no question, the final thought group follows the 2-3 pattern.
For example, during your trip in Asia, did you visit Korea? During your trip in Asia, did you visit Korea?
Next, if the sentence that have two thought groups joined by coordinating words such as and, but, or, the first thought group uses 2-3-2 pattern, while the second thought group uses 2-3-1 pattern.
For example, the food wasn't good, but I ate it. The food wasn't good, but I ate it.
Similarly with the subordinators like when, after, because, if, and etc. The first clause is pronounced with the 2-3-2 pattern, while the second clause is pronounced with the 2-3-1 pattern.
For example, although the rain had ended, the sky still looked dark. Although the rain had ended, the sky still looked dark.
Nonetheless, the 2-3-2 pattern is also common in greetings, that the first thought group uses the 2-3-2 pattern, while the second thought group uses 2-3 pattern, like this.
Good morning, Mrs. Susan. Good morning, Mrs. Susan.
For the questions, we often use the 2-3-2 pattern follows a 2-3 pattern, as in this example.
Where are you going, Miss Jenny? Where are you going, Miss Jenny?
And now we are at the last type of non-final intonation pattern, which is 2-3 pattern. It is used when a sentence presents alternatives with or. We use the 2-3 intonation pattern for each choice, except the final one, which ends with the 2-3-1 pattern.
For example, will you go by car or take the bus? Will you go by car or take the bus?
With this example, you will notice how his voice rises slightly in the middle and falls at the end for the final option. Now, let's take a look at the listing items in a series. The 2-3 pattern is used for each item except the last one, which is used 2-3-1 pattern.
For example, the little boy was alive, sleepy, and tired. The little boy was alive, sleepy, and tired.
Welcome back, everyone! Since we covered the main idea about the intonation patterns, it's time to put what you've learned into action with a practice exercise. First, I present you a practice conversation, and then it's your turn to read or pronounce it using the intonation that you learn. Take your time. You can pause the video at any point to go through the conversation with your own pace and keep practicing with the right intonation that will make your speech sound natural and expressive. Now let's get started!
Good morning, Susan. Where are you going?
Oh, hi Mrs. John. I'm going to the store.
I need to go too. Let's go together.
Sound good. Are you buying food?
Yes, I want to get something healthy for my family.
So will you get fruit or vegetables?
I think I'll get both. Apples, bananas, carrots, and tomatoes.
You came here alone, didn't you?
Yes, I always come here alone on Sunday. Thank you for joining us in today's lesson on intonation pattern in English. Keep practicing the different patterns we have covered today and try to incorporate them into your daily conversations. Remember, the more you listen and practice, the more natural your intonation will become. Keep up the great work, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.